In the summer of 1964, the Beatles had just wrapped on their first feature film, A Hard Day's Night, and they all decided to take some time off. Paul and Ringo, with their respective girlfriends, went to the Caribbean. During their time there, they rented a boat named Happy Days. The group were having a good time, but as Paul began to reflect on their vacation in his mind, it drifted to how he and Jane Asher were going in different directions professionally. He knew that most likely someday, their relationship would end, and all that he would have would be memories of things like this. He would later describe how he wrote the song on the boat. I remember writing things we said today in one of the cabins below deck one afternoon on my acoustic guitar. I got away from the main party, but it was a bit queasy downstairs. You could smell the oil and the boat was rocking a bit, and I'm not the best sailor in the world, so I wrote a little bit of it downstairs and then the rest of it on the back deck where you couldn't smell the engine. While he intended the track to be part of the new film, it never made it in, but would appear on the UK release of the soundtrack and the US album Something New. The idea of thinking about the future and being nostalgic about things happening in the present is a bit of a mind bender. Paul said it was a slightly nostalgic thing already, a future nostalgia. We'll remember things we said today, sometime in the future. So the song projects itself into the future and then is nostalgic about the moment we're living in now, which is quite a good trick. It has interesting chords. I have to agree about those chords. This was another song that always gave me trouble on the guitar. During the recording sessions, John played a piano. Although this would be removed from the mix, it bled into the other mics in the studio and can be slightly heard. In addition to their recording for the album, the group would perform the song for 2 appearances at the BBC. One of these would be released on the corresponding album years later. Additionally, this song would be added to some of the group's touring shows and would feature George on backup. It would also serve as the B-side to the UK single release of A Hard Day's Night. Whenever I hear the song, I love the bite that it has to it. It has a sort of Motown feel to it, which makes sense since the group was greatly influenced by Motown music, taking what artists they liked had done and adding their own style to it. A special thanks to David Gina for suggesting this topic. If you had something you'd like to hear me talk about, please leave your comment below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to help support this channel by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing, and I will see you guys next time.